What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Word. My name is Chris, and we're keeping it low-key on this episode. As far as talking, I got a sleeping baby over here next to me. You guys want to see? Sleeping baby. He's a sleeping baby. So I'm having to do this during his nap time. So wanted to make sure I got this out there. This is a bonus episode. I know for anybody that pays attention to aesthetics and stuff, I know it's way off behind me. It's cool. We're live in the bedroom though. Or I'm live. You guys won't actually be watching this live. You'll be watching it as a pre-tape. I don't know. But anyway, we've got some cool stuff coming up. I'm going to do some talking about wrestling. Support local wrestling, by the way. Local independent wrestling. Plus, again, this is a bonus show. In this box, this very expensive box, needlessly expensive box that I messed up when I ordered. We have Wrestle Crate UK in this box. So a little special edition plus YouTooz going to be making its debut here on the show. I'm going to be opening those things and playing a little Orange Cassidy in. Could be a hint at something Orange Cassidy related we may have. So anyway, let's get right into it, y'all. Welcome to the show. Again, my name is Chris. This is the Wrestling Word. And if he wakes up, well, I'll tend to him. And we'll come back with a part 2. But hopefully we're not. I didn't want to do this in the collectible room, which is actually his room. Yeah, we're all messed up around here right now. But hope you guys can hear me. I'm been looking forward to this. This should be a lot of fun. We have a lot of wrestling stuff to talk to, so we're just going to rapid fire with that and get that shot straight out. But again, if you're watching this, if you would, share this video with your friends. Leave a comment, a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you're watching on YouTube. And let's get right into it with what we got here today. I do want to say, too, right off the bat, that I do have other shows, too, that are non-wrestling related shows, and I'm going to have more of those coming out soon. Of course, I have the Lonely Hearts Club, which is my music / little talk show I do. If you're not watching that, you should, because we have a lot of fun on it. So check that out. And in the coming months, I want to start doing a paranormal podcasting show. So that's upcoming. Just want a whole little network of shows that I'm going to do. So I want to do a gaming show, which is fun because I love video games. I'm not good at them, so should be fun. And of course, some more faith and family shows as well. So we're going to get into that. I do have a giveaway I'm going to talk about here at the end of the show, so we'll come back with that. Actually, we can just talk about that now because I want to make sure I don't forget. I did forget last time. I don't have the autographs in here with me. I wish I did, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to we're trying to get up to 500 subscribers. So that's the goal here on the YouTube channel. Because no matter where you're watching this, I always post any videos I do first on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/ChrisEllisOfficial. I'm going to be doing a giveaway here, my first one ever, for when we hit that 500 mark. Now, I want it to be fair, so I'm just going to, I don't want it to be whoever hits the 500 spot, because that kind of eliminates anyone that's helped build me up to this point. So if you're into wrestling, because not everyone who watches my channel is, of course, into wrestling. So I want to make sure that I'm giving this to a wrestling fan. I do have a box of I think it's 4 autographs, maybe 3. Just some extras that I'm going to go ahead and do a giveaway for. And so the only condition is I've not decided yet if I went back and forth about shipping cost. Most likely with this will be very cheap to ship. I will probably cover the shipping cost on it. So if you're interested in getting 4 autographs, it's at least 3, but I think it's 4, maybe even 5. We'll see. I'll let you guys know the details. If you're interested in that, comment on this video and let me know that you want in to that giveaway. Now, the only condition is we can't do the giveaway until we hit 500 subscribers. So right now we're sitting at like 445, I think. So, again, share this video with your friends, and get the word out and let them know. And anybody that says they want in up until we hit to that 500 mark, I'll put your name out there, and we'll pick a winner. So that's the way we're going to do that. Now, as far as the upcoming year, because this is in November, I've got 2 shows lined up this month. I've got the Pro Wrestling Crate for November, which should be a lot of fun, coming up. And then December, I'm going to do something a little different. January, I think we're going to have 2 shows. Again, we'll have the AEW, the All Elite Crate, and the Pro Wrestling Crate. But after January, it's going to be a little different. I don't think I'm going to do as many regular boxes. Just because, I don't know, I'm getting burnt out on them. They're just really not as good anymore. And over the past year, of course, I prepaid and I kind of paid ahead for the All Elite Crate and the Pro Wrestling Crate. We threw a Pro Wrestling Loot once or twice in there too, and then of course the Wrestling Crate, Wrestle Crate UK. But finances, I mean, it's just like, is it really worth it? Because a lot of this stuff's hard to move and sell if I don't want it, because so many other people have it. So probably not going to be doing the regular boxes as much. It's really, I'll still be doing the show, still be talking about wrestling and all that, but at least once a month we'll still do the show. But I don't know if I'm going to do regular boxes yet. Maybe I'll change it up. Definitely not going to prepay for them. So December, though, will be very cool, because December is going to be no boxes. I'm going to just be showing off some stuff that I'm going to be selling. So it's going to be like a sale show. All my former stuff from the boxes, and just because there's no boxes coming out in December, and I'll try to do it early, so that way if you want something, or maybe a loved one wants something, I can get it shipped out to you. So we'll try to do that early. So coming up, our next shows will be probably around the 20-something of Pro Wrestling Crate, and then right around the 1st for the December show. And then we'll be back, of course, in January. So that's what's going on. We're just moving this thing right along. I gotta say, and I wrote these notes for the rapid fire, of course, well in advance, but the last box, really, the last AEW crate in particular, really made me want a $1 Million Man wallet. Now, I heard Pureval talk about that as well, Pureval, in his box, or in his video, and it's true. Now, before I even heard him, I'd written that down. It would have been a perfect thing. I don't know if they have any correlation with the $1 Million Man with Pro Wrestling Tees, but that may be a WWE property that they keep. But wouldn't it make sense? $1 Million Man wallet, because the wallet was cool. I just don't like the Young Bucks. The wallet was cool. By the way, I also collect a lot of stuff. You guys remember these? Here's the Hello Kitty and the Snoopy. Yep, the McDonald's glasses. And even though I'm not a huge fan, I'm using my Drink the Haterade metal straw from one of the wrestling boxes. Little white lightning there. All right. So, and here's some of the questions. Just why isn't there better variety in these boxes? That's really what I want to know. Especially the AEW, because AEW literally, I guess they own some of this company, Pro Wrestling Tees, or they at least have a great partnership with it, considering it's their own box, the All Elite Crate. They could make that crate better. They really could. And a lot of times I feel like that crate isn't even as good, and it's more costly. It's not even as good as the regular pro wrestling crate, just because of the variety and the lackluster boxes, the lack of star power. I would love more TNA, which we're getting soon with Joe Hendry. MLW, smaller promotions for boxes to be represented. I mean, make it like Pro Wrestling Crate. Really make it a pro wrestling box. I mean, it's there to be able to do. So anyway, speaking of TNA, we're going to talk about them first. Right off the bat, I want to tell just a quick little story. I know we're already 10 minutes in, but I want to tell a quick little story on Jordynne Grace and her theme. I had actually a song that I had written, because I do write songs as well. A song I had written, I had kind of had in mind that it would be a cool theme for Jordynne Grace, because I always thought, like, her theme song, it's okay, but it probably would have been a little better if it was not as generic. And I had actually sent her, hey, I got a song that I would like for you to use. Believe it or not, she actually responded back a couple years ago. And this is while she's been in TNA. And she kind of inquired about it. Oh, really, a song? You know, whatever. And I said, yeah, I've got a song. I think I had sent it to her. If not, I had it prepared to send to her, and I hadn't heard back. So if by any chance Jordynne Grace ever watches this video, offer still stands. I got a song I think you'd like. I like Jordynne Grace. I'm a big fan. Sol Ruca is another person. Of course, she's a hybrid right now between NXT and TNA. She's incredible to watch. I'm a fan of hers as well from what I've seen. Great to see Wendy Chu on TNA lately. That's been cool. And it's great to see her back in general. Jonathan Gresham, however, Jordynne Grace's beau, he lost his mask, and I have just lost interest again in the poor guy. He just can't catch a break. Lei Ying Lee, formerly Exile Lee in WWE, very good to see her in TNA. Josh Alexander as a heel, it's kind of growing on me. He's very good for a stable. Just the talent pool is so deep with TNA, and TNA is just great. I mean, they really are. They're great at making stars. That's just the big thing. They're great at building people up and making stars. I love to see it. Now, is it Joe Hendry's time? Not yet. Not at least from what we've seen from Bound for Glory. Spoiler alert. However, I'm hoping for an awesome t-shirt in that box next month. I don't imagine we're going to get the autograph, with King Kong Bundy being kind of a spoiler. MJF, I really don't see an autograph coming from, of course, but hopefully not another MJF shirt, please. Not another MJF shirt. But Joe Hendry would be awesome. Of course, he's got some shirts, but I'm kind of expecting a shirt from Joe Hendry. Moving on to WWE, the War Raiders are back. They got half their name back. Doesn't matter. I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see. Raw has done... Raw did way better at pacing their second 2-hour show, which is where we left off. Of course, this has been since last month. But it was somewhat rushed. The first show just had the big matches. The first show that was 2 hours just had the big matches, and maybe that's what kind of bloated it out. Poor Damian Priest, man. We told everyone to wait and see what was next after Bad Blood. That was his words. And then he missed the Raw after, and we're wondering what's next for him on his way back to gold. We'll see. I've been hearing a lot of talk about a repackage for him with the mask, and I think that was actually something I left off my notes. So we'll see. I'm invested in Damian Priest. I think he's excellent, and I think the crowd's behind him, so should be cool just to see continued push for him. Was it a step back for Jey Uso with what's happened with the reformation of the Bloodline? Time will tell. We'll see. I like where they're going with it. I don't think it will be. Moving back to AEW, great to see Rico back after what he's been through. Very, very cool. I don't know if that was just a one-time deal. I don't think we've seen him since. But at the Wrestle Dream pay-per-view, great to see him back. And he's kept in shape, which is always good to see. Better than what I'm doing. And thanks to Chris Jericho, I think. I know Jericho has helped Rico out in the past. A lot of people don't like anyone bragging on Jericho, but it's true. It's great to see Rico back in the game. All right. What else? Poor Tony Khan. It looks like we're talking about the Wrestle Dream pay-per-view now and the 0 hour. Dude doesn't know how to use a microphone. He really don't. I mean, poor Tony Khan. He's just screaming into the microphone. How's everyone doing? I don't know. You don't have to scream, Tony. You really don't. I mean, we all hear you from there. Again, this is all not hating. This is all just coming from a lifelong wrestling fan here. Poor old Kyle O'Reilly too. His punches on Okada must be jumping back over to a Dynamite. Just some of the weakest ever, which is sad because I've been a fan of Kyle O'Reilly lately, but some of those punches in AEW look very, very phony. That's very obvious. The media scrum was all over the place. Okay, so this must still be Wrestle Dream. Media scrum just all over the place. Tony Schiavone didn't know that Mariah May had beaten Hikaru Shida. I was embarrassed for him. Gosh. I don't know who the dudes were behind Swerve that were recording him with the phone and all that. It just looked really unprofessional. Not cool at all. But I tell you what, it definitely got me looking forward to the next Dynamite after the pay-per-view. Very odd segment with no questions from Mariah May. That was oddly done. Yeah. And then I have, for some reason, I didn't bring it up. I don't know why, but I have, speaking of parodies, I guess maybe AEW parodying as a wrestling company, like the box this month. I finally watched the worst match of all time. Supposedly, one of them. MLW. Paul Walter Hauser is an embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment to wrestling. It is a shame. The name MLW was driven by money and prestige or whatever to have that match with him and Tom Lawler. It made Tom Lawler look even worse and was a bad look for MLW and wrestling, period. Dude has no business being in wrestling, and if he's serious, he should have shown it and shown respect to the business, which he never has done. He's nowhere near Andy Kaufman, any celebrity. Yeah, just I hate being so negative, but I'm going to call it like I see it. Paul Walter Hauser, terrible. I don't care. Celebrity, money, whatever, terrible. The ref spot on Never Say Never with Akira was cool. I don't remember what that was, but I have it in my notes here. The showing the company's t-shirts and merchandise while on screen, very smart. That's something MLW's been doing. When a wrestler comes out, it'll show you what's available at the bottom of the screen as far as merchandise for them. Kojima with those fake close proximity chops still looks terrible. Those, whatever they're, machine gun chops or whatever, terrible. I don't know why anybody's doing that. I don't. And again, what do I know? Just a lifelong wrestling fan. I don't know. MLW, though, has rebounded greatly after losing MJF and Jacob Fatu, Alex Hammerstone, and others. So the sky's still the limit. And just very happy to see MLW still growing. It's very, very good to see. So very, very cool for that. And I apologize. This is going to be a lot of talking, y'all. I do apologize for that. So if you want to move on to the end when I do open the box, you feel free. Donovan Dijak is in MLW now. That's cool to see. I saw just a glimpse of that when I was watching. Great to see TJP back. Highly underrated. Just a pleasure to watch him work. Now, where's Microman, though? That's the question that I'm wondering. We're all wondering. As far as back to Wrestle Dream, Bryan Danielson, it makes sense if he's going part-time now. it leaves the door open for the big return match with what happened for him. So far, we haven't seen him since. I do hope it leads back to WWE eventually. That's my hope. Looks like my thoughts on Wheeler wasn't alone after all. Everybody saw that coming with his turn. I feel like it should have been longer to maximize the heat, but the whole angle just felt rushed, really, with Moxley and Bryan Danielson in the first place. And, of course, Moxley saying everyone works for him now. Is Shane McMahon on the way? That's the question. I don't think Tony Khan's going to miss an opportunity to have him on the show. I think he's coming. Great to see Adam Cole. Seems like he's got another big opportunity. I hope he's able to make the most of it. MJF and Adam Cole should be fire when that does happen. Two young, great wrestlers and talkers. Him calling out MJF. The MJF sign, MJF goes to Diddy's parties, or Diddy parties, so that's good stuff. Hot kickoff for Dynamite there. FT Runners and Tony Khan. Oh, man, that poor dude can't get enough of these group names. I don't know what the deal is. Dude loves it. I don't know. Everybody's got a group name. Catchy little group name. And poor old FTR's at the center of it all. I mean, they're always... I don't know. Will the Acclaim turn or break up thanks to MVP? It's a good question. It kind of seems it's going some sort of way. Is it a good idea with the steam they've lost? Maybe. Now, next up, and I may get some heat for this, but am I missing something with Okada? Because I don't see what was so special about him in New Japan. I'm just not... Something's not clicking. I don't know. What a great showing for Shelton Benjamin, though. MVP, and I guess this is Leo Rush that I was referring to. I don't know. Also exceeding. I'm here for it. Happy to see it. Yeah, okay, so this was probably the match between Shelton and Leo. Hangman Page is putting a great effort at being creepy. He's got a real creepy looking face. I missed this last time. I wanted to bring this up. Luchasaurus, poor guy. They found him. I think it was like he wasn't breathing or something with his oxygen, his lungs. Very scary. And I wish the best for him. I've always actually liked Luchasaurus, especially with everything that happened with Brody Lee. So hopefully everything's okay with him. Back over to TNA. TNA donating all national proceeds to the hurricane victims was very cool. Sad to see what's happened with Rich Swann. Of course, that's kind of a little bit of a late news too, but dude seems like a likable guy. It's just sad to see, all the criminal stuff going on with him, DUIs, all that. I know firsthand with loved ones that I've seen that it can really be disastrous. So it's sad to see that. Santino works as the director of authority. I dig it. I'm fine with it. And that's one of the first things I've been fine with Santino about. I still say bring back Prince Puma. I don't get the hype around Ricochet. I just don't. The dude's a schmuck. And I write that later on. It's true. I don't get the hype around Ricochet. He can do cool moves. So what? So can a lot of people nowadays. I don't get it. I'm just not seeing it. AR Fox is highly underrated, though. He can wrestle a great match with anyone. I've seen proof of that. I mean, push AR Fox over Ricochet any day. Collision and Rampage seem to be going the way of WCW Thunder. It's just filler shows. Yeah, I don't know. What else can I say? Still not seeing it with Jamie Hayter, even though I do appreciate the cool straw. It's almost like the most memorable thing about her is her hair. So, I don't know. Waiting to see more from Penelope Ford. We'll see. Is it time to split up the Street Profits? Is it? Well, they've proven they can be stars, and they need more diversity. So, I mean, I think so. Of course, the latest we've heard is Montez Ford not been happy with his position and could be leaving for AEW. So just a little news there. I think those as a tag team, the Street Profits have definitely hit that ceiling, and it's time to go on from something else. Lash Legend, in my mind, still ruined from NXT. All of her work there that she was doing early in her career at NXT. I haven't watched it in about a year, so. But the jury's out on Jakarta Jackson. We'll see. Will Nick Aldis ever wrestle again? He was very fluid in TNA and NWA. We'll see. I know this is all over the place, guys. Again, this is just rapid fire from the way I watch the show. I'll try to organize this a little bit better by brands and by companies, but very all over the place. The Motor City Machine Guns really was a long time coming to see in WWE. Like Corey Graves had said, it's your favorite team's favorite tag team. Very cool. The Motor City chants. It definitely was the right call to skip NXT. The triple threat tags were good stuff that night when they wrestled. Great to see Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Hope for more. Turns out poor little Indy Hartwell is gone. And potentially could have found out online, which is even much more sad. We'll see what happens with that, but they've decided not to renew her contract, so she will be an asset for anywhere, and I'm hoping it's TNA. I'm hoping. I don't really think, out of everyone, I don't really think she was ever really given the opportunity to shine, especially on the main roster. Bye-bye, Samantha Irvin. Bye-bye. Was it really her music career, or was it just to sneak off to AEW? Well, was it a cop-out? I don't think they should invite her back. I may be unpopular about saying that, but I think the relationship with Ricochet very well could have ruined her career. And Lillian Garcia, very cool to see back, but, why is Mike Rome? I mean, he's so underrated. Dude's already there. Come on. I don't know if it was the nerves of ring rust for Lillian. Several entrances didn't show. And that's just really a technical error. She was naming people who weren't actually coming out, especially that first week. Which begs the question, will JoJo or Brandy Rhodes ever come back and do ring introductions? Announcing? I definitely don't see Brandy Rhodes ever doing it, but JoJo? Maybe. Cool to see the Final Testament and the Wyatt Six in ring. That was pretty neat, I gotta say. Pretty cool to see them. And okay, we got a little bit more here. We'll get cruising past it, y'all. Cruising past it. The question now that I have is, when will Rhea and Dom fight? That's what I want to see. Forget the whole Liv Morgan thing. I want to see Rhea and Dom fight. And we know China did it, and it looked believable. Normally, I'm not for intergender matches, but this would be all right, especially if Dom had no offense. No offense. We'll say that. I gotta stretch out, y'all. Okay, so Braun and the Braun Breaker and Fatu Tease was very, very cool. That would be a match, wouldn't it? That'd be a heavy hitting match. The dumb ref angle being distracted by the Tongans on the way out. I don't even know what that's about. But we'll cruising past it. Braun surprise IC title and perfect setup for Survivor Series. Braun, of course, is again the Intercontinental Champion. They just had to kind of give Jay that little bit of time there. How about the Carlito Chinese remark? It didn't sound off the cuff. They tried to say it was off the cuff. Carlito had just said that. No one had written that for him. It sounded definitely like it was written to me. Hangman Page, beyond boring. I'm just telling you, him and Jay White feud, it might be the most boring feud of all time. It very well may be. Guns up. Terrible catchphrase. Really, it's terrible. Obviously, we're back in AEW now. Briscoe versus Jericho, a new Nuevo champ. Or is it Nuevo? I think it's Nuevo. Briscoe versus Jericho. Great to hear Adam Cole's music again. Will the Undisputed turn on him? And how does Kyle O'Reilly figure into it? We'll see. House of Black just ain't working. And there may be a telltale sign of that. Now we're hearing that Malachi Black may be on his way out. We'll see. We'll go into that here in a little while later. Kip Sabian needs a daddy in Christian. But did Britt Baker already find one there? What's this whole scoop I've been hearing about Britt Baker? Of course, her and Adam Cole are no more, but that she may have had a involvement with Christian at some point. Just a rumor. Very weird, though. Daniel Garcia is no longer doing the dancing. Instead, now Shivani's just doing the flexing. I don't know. It's a perfect angle for those two. Yeah. Anyway, why do run-ins need entrance music? Seriously, why do they? It's a question I want to know. Mike Bailey and El Hijo del Vikingo. That's a match I want to see. Bound for Glory. Anyone remember Meat? Why would beef work? I guess if you just... But no one took Meat seriously either, though, did they? What if you started ending matches during the commercial breaks? Especially since it's picture-in-picture. It would make sense, right? I mean, it's possible. It would make it more believable, I think. I'm just thinking about the believability factor. Why the hating on Shivani from the other announcers? I don't know. It gets old. It's not funny. I don't know. And what does special assignment actually mean? Since Michael Cole was on special assignment not long ago, what does that actually mean? I wonder. Another person not working. Again, I may have a lot of hate. Cody Rhodes isn't working. He's not relatable. He seems pompous. He would have always worked better as a heel, especially with the American Nightmare nickname. I don't know. What happened to Giovanni Vinci? That's a question for you. Ava Raine is absolutely terrible. Thankfully, I've missed much of her reign on NXT. Even if I go back and watch it as the GM, she's just terrible. Incredible ending on SmackDown with the Usos back together. Roman watching on Machine Gun. Motor City Machine Guns getting there, just winning the titles, and then the main event with the Bloodline. I loved it. I am surprised WWE got rid of Xia Brookside. She's got a big upside over on TNA. And back to Jonathan Gresham, I just had a couple notes here. He's a prime example of not being as good as you think you are while claiming to be the best. You can't go around doing that, buddy. You can't. And your spouse saying you're better than Chris Benoit, she's probably not going to want the song after I said that. But no matter how good, he needs some personality. And he doesn't have any. And that's a problem in TNA with Gresham, with Steve Macklin. And even Santana, Mike Santana, and Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian definitely showing a little bit more. But yeah. But speaking of Mike Santana, where is Ortiz in AEW? Because they were definitely better together. They need to patch that up real quick. I haven't watched NXT, but I do kind of miss the old Fandango and Wendy Chu. I don't know where Fandango would have come from. I guess Fandango, I don't know. He wasn't in NXT, at least not when I watched. Maybe early. It's funny when they say, I've said all there is to say, then they start talking. I know I've at least heard that once or twice in the last month in wrestling. Anna Jay has not improved sign, was pretty funny. I hate to say it, but she's still awkward. Awkward Anna, very, very much. Just her whole, and I know I'm hunched over, bent over right now. I usually am. My posture sucks, but her posture, just her stance is so awkward. I don't know. Mariah May roasted her right after. Until he can get back up, the new one, the old Adam Cole being dead ain't a good thing. And that's true. Adam Cole, but he seems to be on his way, so I'll give him some credit since I typed this. Kyle O'Reilly, though, other than the weak chops, definitely has improved in promos greatly. Wrestling as a whole just needs more surprises and upsets in matches, reiterating as in all sports and entertainment, anyone can win any given night, proving no matter how good everyone has off days. And that's true. I mean, I think that needs to happen. More upsets. Anybody could win. Anybody could have a bad night. Why not, you know? Why does Tony Khan like handshakes and flex poses so much? He keeps having FTR and or FT runners doing them. I don't get it. Something's odd about that. The Usos are insanely over. I wrote, what if the Bloodline ends up turning on Solo? Would that make Solo the face or the Bloodline the faces? Interesting. Would it keep Fatu face? I don't know. How would Sammy play into it? Or how will he play into it? Well, we kind of have that answer now. How many times for Sheamus and Ludwig, man? Give up on those guys. Let's move on to something else, please. All right. Keep it on. Mick Foley and Sami Zayn seem like they're very much the same person. And that's a good thing with those guys. Samantha Irvin, extremely ungrateful. And I caught her attitude long ago. Of course, more has come out about it. She should have been grateful for the job and the opportunity to push her music or outside ventures with her name value from WWE, but she wasn't. Tape delays during interviews are always phony. What I mean by that is a guy standing in the ring and, hey, up here, and the guy's like looking at the Tron that whole time. Very, very phony. I know I'm nitpicking a lot of this, guys. I'm just saying. Gable and American Made versus Ray and LWO should be good. Should be a good angle. Looking forward to that. Happy for the War Raiders to be back and change. They should be good with Judgment Day and a few. Damian Priest coming out in the Flames looks very cool. Some information come out that Liv was maybe uncomfortable with the angle with Damian. Is she? Because if she is, someone said stop it right away. I agree. And maybe that's why they've kind of strayed a little bit away from it. Did Joe Tessitore actually say, oh shit, in the table split? Because if he didn't, in the Damian Dom match, because if not, he should. It may help him get over to be more animated. Dom is number one contender. I don't know. I've not watched Raw, the latest Raw, but I don't see it working while Gunter is the Hill champ. We'll see. Rikishi says that his son Solo should be the main champion right now. Anyone else agree with that? I don't know. He says Solo's more over than anybody. Of course, we've also found out that Tegan Knox and Baron Corbin were released. I'm very sad to see about these, especially Baron Corbin. I felt like the dude really tried. Tegan Knox was in and out. Very hard to care about. I would like to see both of them in TNA. I think, I think it's good for them to move on. I don't think there's really anything else WWE can offer them. So, not sure what I wrote there, so we'll skip over that one. Oh, okay. Tony Khan must be licking his lips. I wrote kicking his lips, but he must be licking his lips at some more departures from WWE, some more firings. We'll see. TNA is definitely, though, a better opportunity, especially to go back, I think. The ref botch at Crotch Jewel... The ref botch at Crotch Jewel. The ref botch at Crown Jewel in the solo match. Very, very showing, very telling. Jade Cargill, I wrote, is one of WWE's biggest failures yet. She should have carried everything over from AEW. It's been rough to see. Cool hearing the Zack Ryder reference with the Internet Champion, and then Cole saying he's a curtain jerker. That made me laugh out loud. I wrote EO must have had some botches in the match, which goes without saying. I could never do what they do, but Chelsea Green and Bronson Reed both growing on me, both entertaining. I feel like Seth has gotten boring. Really done all there is to do with him, so ready to see a change. It was a sick Seth Rollins back spot on the chair. His leather pants, though, with the jeans were pretty cool. I feel like I could rock those on the stage sometime. The Bronson Eye Spot, just a tough match, man. But again, very good to hear Mike Rome. I feel like he's very underrated. Nia Jax's outfit for the Crown Jewel pay-per-view was cool. I'll give her credit. Why not? KO is just better as a bad guy. He really is. I heard the phrase Arabic announce table, and I just had to laugh. I don't know. Just an odd thing to hear on a pay-per-view. Andrade really kills an audience. Completely bland. Whether he's Charlotte's husband or not, Zelina Vega really made him tolerable in NXT. The LA Knight BFT to end was very, very cool. The Crown Jewel belts are huge. I wrote that down. Very, very, very nice belts. Great match from Cody and Gunther on what I saw. It was during the election when I was watching, so I was kind of watching both back and forth. Liv Morgan's very emotional to be a heel, especially during her match and after the show, which, you know, she kept saying it's not lost on her, it's not lost on her, but very emotional. Maybe she just doesn't know how to play that heel part well when it comes to fighting the emotions. What was the purpose of the fireworks in the post-show? I don't get it. Jacob Fatu saying, "Solo, I love you." Very, very funny, if anybody caught that. The rings were super huge. They were nice, super nice. And latest news here, LA Knight definitely is above the U.S. title, in my opinion. They need to move on to something else with him. He is top-tier material. And, yeah, I feel like he's definitely being held down. So, again, I haven't seen the Monday Night Raw yet after Crown Jewel, so I'll have to put any notes from that on my next show, which will just be in a couple weeks. It'll be a lot shorter of a show, I promise you that, than tonight. And the latest news is Netflix they're wanting all the stars. They're wanting CM Punk. They're wanting Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. Good luck with that. Come on, Netflix. Leave some for basic cable and SmackDown. Come on. Goodness gracious. Anyway, and the funny story is one of the people in the back, supposedly, if you read the dirt sheets, said, "Oh yeah, well, Saudi Arabia wanted Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior. They didn't even realize they were dead. So Netflix probably wants Yokozuna too." Pretty funny. All right, back to AEW for a little bit because I am caught up all with AEW. I did watch all of AEW, so we're caught up on them. We had Fright Night. Orange Cassidy as the guy. Is it the right call? I don't know. I like Orange Cassidy though. I don't like the "I don't need a catchphrase" phrase though. I don't like that. Something just still feels off with him. I don't know what it is, but something feels off with him. AEW hardcore fan base does not come across as likable. They're never shown on TV before commercials, which is true. They're still shooting the ceiling. But just the crowd seems like very entitled. And I don't know. I was going to say something else. I can't think of it now. But they just don't come across as likable. They're diehards. Really don't. Pee Wee Herman, Justin Roberts. It's a pretty funny throwback outfit there. I like that. House of Black's old music was better. Anybody remember that? Anybody remember their old music? I liked it way better. It's like the screaming. I don't know. TNA, we're going to jump over to them for a second. Bound for Glory, I have to go back and watch. Sounds like there were at least 3 good matches on there I want to check out. So I'll have to let everybody know of any thoughts on that. And I may try to find the Wrestle Dream match between Will Ospreay and Ricochet and Takeshita, just because so many people have talked about that one too. So we'll see. I will say that it's scary and sad that TNA can't cover wrestlers' expenses and has to ask for money for a GoFundMe for Chris Bay. Something's got to change, man. That's just so sad, considering he got hurt in their company. And yeah, just sad. We're finishing up with the talk here, though, guys, I promise. Is Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry WWE bound? It sure seems that way, both of them losing their high-profile matches. But the question with Joe Hendry, why doesn't it take actually saying his name before he appears? Like, why would you just say say his name, say his name, and not actually say Joe Henry. Sorry, I got a little fella over here moving around. Kudos to Alicia Edwards for sticking it out and rising to the top. She's doing it, and the whole "do you want to know something?" It's pretty annoying. Kudos for that. Kudos for one memorable moment for Frankie Kazarian and imitating Henry. He did pretty well with that, I will say. Masha has some cool new music. Tasha Steele's twerking is pretty funny. Get her opponents. I'm not the biggest fan. It's pretty funny. By the way, the Santino name dilemma, is that all worked out with WWE, the copyrights and all that? Because they were saying that he couldn't call himself Santino Marella, but yet they're still working with TNA, I presume. I don't know. We'll see. TNA, again, is just the best at developing new stars. I can't say that enough. Other than the intro, Nick Nemeth's music and character is perfect for him. I just don't like the "oh my gosh" or whatever, but everything else is perfect. Fandango's still so underrated, and I mentioned him earlier, but Jericho is an asshole for making fun of him when WWE dropped the ball on Fandango. He really is, and it's the perfect case of see you on the way down, because now they could end up running into each other again at some point, and Jericho, of course, kind of bad-mouthing, putting over Fandango, but for whatever reason, maybe it wasn't personal, Fandango is underrated. What's with JBL only showing up on pay-per-views? Very, very odd. Okay, so now we're going to finish up with AEW here. I do feel bad for Adam Cole after Britt Baker. I don't know why. The House of Black segment with Cole, though, it was good. Even though I'm not a fan of the House of Black, Darby paying homage to Sting from the rafters, coming from the rafters, was always neat to see. And cool to see the Young Bucks putting over Private Party at the on the show. And what about how they bring back Brandon Cutler just to write him off TV again? That was kind of funny. Bobby Lashley is back. The Hurt Business is back, or the Hurt Syndicate now. Very cool. I dig it. Oh yeah. So now are Taya and Deonna, are they already regretting leaving TNA for WWE? Or I'm sorry, leaving TNA for AEW? Maybe Stokely can lead them after the weird Statlander thing. We'll see. Queen Aminata is just so good, especially at submissions. I will say, maybe don't let Private Party talk. It made me like them less. Are the Acclaim going to break up? We'll see. Only makes sense with the whole Best Wrestler Alive thing that Max has used. It's been a slow build. I also said Orange Cassidy probably shouldn't talk either. Great six-man fight without honor. You got to root for Big Bill. You just got to, man. Dudes went through a lot. John Moxley needs more Shield-like promos. Adam Cole still feels like a star in the company. That is true. And last but not least, I didn't mind the ending of the Malachi match like everyone else did. Maybe it's a send-off for Malachi Black. We'll see. That's the rumor anyway. I still don't understand the whole MJF angle with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. But it was a great episode of Dynamite with almost no fast-forwarding. Christian Cage continuing to be a bright spot. The great Taz sign. But I digress. McMahon really got into Taz's head with that commentary and the pronouns. If you listen to Taz, he's always saying, well, by she, I mean this person. And by him, I mean this person. That was a big thing with McMahon, we've heard. And then as Jamie good to see Powerhouse Hobbs back. I've already mentioned Jamie Hayter. Good to see Powerhouse Hobbs back. Ospreay would have made more sense than Powerhouse, but maybe Powerhouse's his return would have not been that big at the end of the show. Anyway, one thing's for certain, I think Tony Schiavone has got to miss the old WCW. He's got to. He's just got to. Come on. All right, y'all. YouTooz. Let's get into it. It's for Jilly. I debated whether or not I was going to open this, and I'll explain why in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and open it anyway. because I have it in my possession, so why not? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. But I really debated. Oh, shoot. Okay. I wish they would have put a little bit more wrap in there. They put nothing. Okay. We'll see. Alright, guys. As we listen to Orange Cassidy, we can now also look at him. Yep. There he is. Sorry, y'all. Totally saw a spider there. Normally would never kill him, but can't have him biting the baby. So this isn't a pop protector. Go ahead and take it out. Or will we? No, we're not going to take it out. No. Oh, shoot. Let me see if we can do it easily. It don't look like we can. Alright. I'm going to leave him in here. There he is. The YouTooz Collectibles Orange Cassidy vinyl figure. And you can see see a little bit of his head right there. Very bearded. And there it is. Again, this is the Series 1, I think. And does it say on the box anywhere? Series 1? I don't think it does. This is the one I went with, Orange Cassidy. At this point, I'm kind of wishing I would have went with... I'm kind of wishing I would have went with Matt Hardy. Oh my gosh. They always play the Hardy Boys on YouTube in these playlists. Always. I'm kind of wishing I would have went with the Chris Jericho just because I'm a bigger fan of Jericho. I like Cassidy though. But his little shades. I'm just going to be real with you guys. This is probably for sale. The only thing is I have opened it now, which you guys have seen me do. But it will come with the same box that I busted open. This is probably for sale, just because my collecting habits have changed. I don't want like a figure and a box. I mean, I like the packaging, but it's just so small, especially for like a Funko size. If you can pay me what I paid for this, this can be yours. That's all I'm saying. Anybody that wants this, I think I paid like $35, I think, which is cheaper. It's like $5 cheaper than their website. So if anybody wants it, there you go. All right, Wrestle Crate UK. Break it open all the way from London. From the United Kingdom. I said London, but actually may not be. It might just be the United Kingdom. Let me see if they actually gave us the box or okay, they did not give us the box. Okay, so it looks like they didn't keep the Wrestle Crate box. This was repacked and insurance was put on it, and I didn't mean to select those options. So this box ended up costing a pretty penny. Now I will say that the autograph in here was something that I couldn't pass up, and they always give you a deal on these Wrestle Crate UK boxes. So shout out. Somebody send that over and let him know, whoever's over the company, that I'm promoting them. I want to get my free box like Franchise Kicks, dude. So, sorry. So, they always give you a deal where it's like you get 5 free autographs, I think, or an extra box. I'm hoping that extra box contains the previous month's autographs, which were the Hardy Boys. I don't know if it'll work that way. I figured we'd try it out. Let's see. Here we go, guys. Main event of the show. let's do it. First item. Again, they left out the box, which kind of stinks, but I know better next time. Here we go. Wrestle crate. Oh, look at that. That's cool. It's a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle. Lucha Libre. That should be fun. Look at that. That's cool. Me and the family can have some fun with that over the winter time. Perfect time to send something like that. Perfect time. All right, guys. Here we go. Autographs are right on top. Here he is. Jushin Thunder Liger. Japanese legend. It's got some bend there at the bottom, which stinks, but because of the repack, I bet it's caused that. I don't mind. I'm not ever going to get rid of this. So, Jushin Thunder Liger. Man, I'm happy to add him in. Let's just do it in the order that it's done here. Here is someone else. We'll have to see if we have a cheat card. Probably, and this autograph is bent up pretty bad. But we'll have to see if we have a spoiler alert for her. Probably a UK independent wrestler. Okay, we may have to find out. It doesn't look like they gave the secondary box. Yeah, we're going to have to write them because this is not everything. Here's the Thugonomics shirt. This is basic Thugonomics, which is very cool. T-shirt. I'll go ahead and open this one because I'm going to keep it. Extra large. Very cool. I saw the shirt and I like that shirt too. And it fills out the shirt, but yeah, they only sent us. They did not send us everything, guys. That stinks. Undertaker Wrestle Crate exclusive pin. This will be for sale. I don't keep the pins, especially the stained glass pins. Ric Flair shoot interview. This should be fun. We know he's going to be in the next box. And then Luke Jacobs rookie card. So there we go. So Lucha Halloween 500-piece jigsaw. Harley Hudson autograph. Okay, that's Harley Hudson. That's who this is. Jushin Thunder Liger with her. And then Ric Flair shoot interview. And the John Cena Thugonomics shirt. So yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and write them. There's who's going to be in next month's box. I'm going to have to write them. I'll let you guys know what they say. Hopefully I don't have to pay any kind of more shipping for this, because that would be insane. And if they don't make this right, I can't do any more business with Wrestle Crate UK. So I really hope they will. I'm sure they probably will, but I just can't pay to have anything shipped that far again from them. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget about the giveaway. Please make sure that you're a part of that. Make sure that you write your name in the comments. And I'm sure I'll let you guys know on the Wrestle Crate the Wrestle Crate UK update as well. I'm fairly sure they'll take care of that. Because it looks like they missed my free box. So we'll have to reach out to them and find out what happened. Again, guys, make sure that you type your name out for the giveaway in the comments. Share this video, tag your friends, comment, and let them know. Once we hit 500 subscribers, I'll be doing that giveaway for the autographs. I'll try to show them on the next show here. And yeah, watch all my other shows, guys. Lonely Hearts Club, everything else. And I will see you in just a couple weeks for the November Pro Wrestling Crate Box. Thanks again, guys.